Hey, this is Rezo Wizardo. Over here talking about a game that was released in 2003, developed by Terminal Reality and published by Midway. That game is Roadkill, a post-apocalyptic, free-roaming, mission-based sandbox experience that, while borrowing heavily from other popular game franchises, still created its own unique and interesting style. The 1980s itself, in our reality, was a fairly well-to-do time, but in the world of Roadkill, the population was subject to a new era plague known as the Rot, crippling society as we know it and causing most of the population to die off of a fairly shitty disease, leaving scavengers and gang societies to create a new world order taking place in the assumably near future, or even present day. You play the role of Mason Strong, your typical jack-of-all-trades, wheelman, badass, Mad Max crossed with little Bruce Campbell, and whoever else you can think of at the time. At first glance, Roadkill looks no more than GTA smashed together with Twisted Metal, and yes, it actually is, but that just makes the game that much more enjoyable. The game's story is progressed with multiple missions, taking you across 3 fictional cities in Arizona. The locations themselves are desolate and dead-looking, and this fits in perfectly with the game's story. As the story progresses, more is uncovered about Mason Strong and your main antagonist Axel in their past. As you work your way up the ranks, doing errands for various gangs who have taken control of the state, the gangs themselves are pretty much stereotypes ripped from various media and culture and etc., and it works well with the game's no-holds-barred, crude, and somewhat childish humor. And that's where it shines. Graphically, it's not the most beautiful PlayStation 2 game ever made, but nowhere near the worst. The graphics work for the story and setting. The cars all have a very nice, beat-up, post-apocalyptic, kind of homemade look to them. Some of my favorite aspects of the game is the Ragdoll Physics used as you run down pedestrians. They flop about, even get impaled on your car's grill, remaining there until you can shake them off, all the while excessive amounts of blood sprays haphazardly onto the concrete and your windshield. In terms of gameplay, you are limited to your vehicle. There is no on-foot aspects of the game, and that's a plus. And as you can see, being a pedestrian in this world of Roadkill is not something that you really want to do, so you might as well stay in your car anyway. Because this is really about vehicular combat, and yes, there is lots and lots of combat. The missions themselves range from go here, blow up, do this, rinse, repeat, maybe destroy a boss or 2, maybe run some laps, do some stunts, etc. But the side missions is really where the fun lies. The side missions range from your standard package delivery, stunt runs, time trials, to some of the more fun rampages, suicide bombers, and just general survival, like where they fill the ride meter up and see how long you can go, which can be triggered at any time by raising your wanted level to the max or collecting a riot symbol you find on the map. I have had an amazing time running from the Sentinels, Roadkill's form of law enforcement, planning routes and using all of my car's weaponry to destroy hundreds and thousands of vehicles just to collect as much scrap metal as possible, all the while cranking up the 102.3 FUOK radio stations and avoiding that tornado that just randomly decided to ruin my day. And about Roadkill's radio stations, they are absolute comedy gold. You have a car advice type show that actually touches on all the game's weaponry in some of the vehicles. The banter and the conversations that these guys have is amazing and really immerses you into the world. Not to mention, it's extremely crude, fucking hilarious, just, you gotta listen to it. There is a political station very similar to Rush Limbaugh and his extreme views and speech pattern, and a love advice show that features a ex-hooker with very bad advice on ending and starting relationships and maintaining relationships. Kind of similar to the love advice show that you heard in San Andreas. Not saying they took that from them, but there you go. And if fake talk radio is not your thing, there is one licensed track playing some classic rock songs from the 70s to 90s, a rap station and a hair metal station that have songs created exclusively for the game. These radio stations and the songs made for the game are very well crafted and very well done. The fake commercials are absolutely hilarious, and the content immerses you that much more into Roadkill's deranged, post-apocalyptic, and psychotic world. Here is just a snippet of some of the great moments on these stations.
I remember one time we told one of the interns that we were going to be late, and so we were going to let him go ahead and do the radio show for us. And Vinny had wired up a grenade to the microphone, and so the first person to turn the damn thing on,
this was a good one.
It blew his teeth out the back of his neck. The kid, I think he got 96 point boom, and it just blew his teeth straight out.
Hell yeah, dude. She thinks she's all that since she got this pineapple weave and shit. Man, bitch look like Bigfoot with its nails done.
Ah,
that's ugly, man.
You could shoot somebody in the crotch, see what kind of reaction you get. I mean, these are all things you can practice when you're in the heat of battle. For example, the other day I shot a homeless guy with a chain gun and watched him run around on his nubs for 30 minutes. I mean, I wouldn't have thought that. So next time I shoot somebody, I'm gonna go for a head instead of the legs, because I don't want him running around. What if he's got a knife?
I was sending a letter, and I said, the hell with it, this mailbox is getting humped. And then I humped it. That's a federal crime, too. You cannot hump mailboxes.
Damn.
They will put your ass away for that. I did 12 years for humping a mailbox because, well, I got 4 months for humping the mailbox, and then on the way over there, I humped one of the sentinels in his ear, and he gave me 12 years for that. But I think he liked it the whole time. He kept saying, what? And I said, that's 'cause my dick's in your ear, dumbass. You can't hear a word I'm saying.
Replay value is decent. There are various side missions to finish and collectibles to find, so you can unlock new cars and weapons. Farming for scrap metal is important to get your cash flow to buy permanent upgrades like air control and air brakes to help you get to those hard to reach blueprints. Also, the side missions give you a fair amount of cash. I don't really think the missions give you any kind of money, which is kind of weird, but still, the side missions give you more than enough to get all the upgrades you need like nitrous and boost and etc., top speed. The game features a multiplayer mode, and in my honest opinion, it really falls short of the single-player campaign. Gone are the pedestrians or the AI-controlled vehicles. It's just you and up to 3 other players driving around, trying to blow each other up in segments of the cities. While this is fun, it's just not anything compared to the single-player experience, so enjoy this game on, your own time. While this game is not for everybody, I would recommend it if you have not tried it, especially if you enjoy car combat and the whole post-apocalyptic vibe, free-roaming sandbox type of games. And you want a little something different, a little something more adult, a little something more crude. It's not the most polished graphically, nor is it a brilliant story. The story is really kind of shitty, but the gameplay, sound design, and the atmosphere that this game gives you is definitely an accomplishment that deserves to be remembered. This is Rezo Wizardo saying, check the game out. I'll give it a try it, I don't really want to give it a numerical kind of rating. I think that's a little kind of hard to do in a game that's like 10 years old. But if you have not tried this, try it. You'll probably enjoy it. If anything, just listen to the radio on it. Laugh your ass off. Alright. Have a good night, everybody.